Hello everybody, welcome back to From Rhythm to Algorithm. We will continue on with our derivation today. Truly, profoundly, historically insane that I do not have a physical location to store my handwritten research. It is destruction of historical property outside of myself, as I said yesterday. It is truly like one of the highest crimes that could possibly exist, but obviously we don't care. One of the soldiers is going to have to take a hit, though. I'm not sure which one. I'm thinking the handwritten derivation of common law. I think that's going to have to go. But we'll keep you updated on that. But that's such a definitive statement of I don't care about historical property. Because you can even see it in my emails. I say divert this. Like I don't even want this going through the mail system. And I don't have a physical location to drop it off. I would take it to OSU, but that school is just so anti-science that you can't do anything. And so I'll keep it here, I guess, but I am going to burn something. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the derivation of the common law axioms. And so, because if my life doesn't matter, my work sure as hell doesn't matter. So like I said, I don't even know if my work's been being preserved, but then again, I do have confirmation through Adam, my old neighbor, these people from the apartments. They saw, like, he knew exactly what Tolstoy was, so it's just like, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm living under the victim of crime in a plethora of different avenues. Anyway, continuing on with our derivation. Nouns represent concepts, right? Love, happiness, friendship, joy, sadness. Concepts are things. Resortality defaults. But did we create a paradox there, right? Concepts are things. No. Love is a thing. Happiness is a thing. Yeah, no. He's like, so once you, like, just moving on. Resortality defaults. Last time, sensuality resorts. Resortality defaults. All right? A last resort is a final option. All right? I had to resort to this. Resort, escort. Resort, orbit. Sensuality escorts. Sensuality is escortality. Sensuality is orbitality. Orbitality. An orbital is a trajectory. Sensuality is trajectorality. Trajectory, tragedy. Sensuality limits tragicality. Tragedy, tragic, tragic, magic. Magicality is interesting. Magic is wonderful. Wonder, awe. Awesome is the opposite of awful. Sensuality is necessity. Sensuality is necessarity. Sensuality is necessaritality. Sensuality is seritality. Discreteness is intervallicality. Sensuality is intervallicality. Sensuality is sorterality. Right, now we're back to this ER-OR suffixing. Clearly it's some sort of differentiation. What is it? All right. Is it just some sort of iteration of the syllables where you have to put, right, a sorter? I got that again out of behind the beautiful forevers that we just finished. Is it just why is there an ER and OR? Something's going on. But again, the OR generalizes to orality, the ER, orality. Something going on there. Sourcinality is sorterality. What is the relationship of election and selection? What is the relationship of tuition and intuition? Restore, resort. Sensuality restores. Sensuality is restorationality. Function is utility. Here's a big connection that we haven't made in a while. Again, at least in the context of sensuality, right? If it's given function, another completely logically consistent word, it's utility. Sensuality utilizes. Utilize, realize. Are utilities commodities? Right? I have my utility bills, gas and electric, natural gas and, well, again, what do you, when you buy electric, what are you kilowatts per hour? You're hooked up to the power grid, but you're just creating a potential difference. So like, it's very clear what the commodity is for natural gas. You're burning a natural gas. If you're displacing electrons to create a potential to have a current. But just point being, again, the logic is highlighted by the question, right? Are utilities commodities? And so I would say yes. But commodities are goods. Utilities are services. Service, serve. To serve is to please. Subjugation is servitude. And once again, we have that VIT in the center, sandwiched between three letters on the left and three letters on the right. Service, servant. A vent is a release. Releasing lets go. Sensuality lets, sensuality sets. A setting is a condition, right? Now we have another very poignant derivation or element out in the wild. If you open up your phone and click on settings, what is another word for that? Right? Your settings, your conditions, your parameters. A setting is a condition. A setting is an attribute. Right? And just you go into your video games and you're changing your basketball character, and it's the settings and it's his attributes. But what is settings? What is a set? Well, we already did that one. But again, it's clearly building this logic, as you can tell. Attribute, attrition. Attrition loses. Attrition is the opposite of attraction. So that is where I finished up with the derivation today. Again, getting away from any explanation. Words have meaning, and if you're competent in speaking English, the words just speak for themselves at this point. So again, I continue to ask and remind everybody rather poignantly that my constitutional rights are violated, my humanitarian rights are violated. It is profound and extensive stress. I am literally the victim of the most crime that has ever been done, like truly. And all I'm asking for is for enough safety to pay my bills comfortably, to eat, to sleep, and to work. And I have never had that, and it feels like a million miles away. Sitting in the same house that I've been scapegoated in, that I've been swatted in, and having books returned to me that is fundamental scientific derivation and its historical documentation is just like, what the fuck? And so it's been like, what the fuck for a long time, but I'll just, like I said, just keep it all here and just see what happens, I guess. But we will be burning the legal axioms for common law. That's definitely occurring. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.